Are you still confused about the optimal way to pay yourself as a business owner? In this video, I'm gonna show you the correct way to pay yourself. There are certain rules you must follow to stay in compliance with the IRS. It is connected to the way you structure your business. In this video, I will go through the most common business formation, which is limited liability company, LLC, or S Corp. I will also tap into how to pay yourself if you have nonprofits. My name is Noura, accounting and tax professional and the founder of Noura's Books. You are in the right place if you're looking to take your business into the next level. Welcome. So we're gonna start with the LLC, limited liability company. Whatever we say about limited liability company or LLC is also true if you are sole proprietor and you're not registered formally as a business. If your entity is sole proprietor, you cannot put yourself on a payroll. The way you pay yourself in this case is just to have an owner withdrawal, which is as simple as writing yourself a check and cash it, or just make a transfer from your business account to your personal account, or just go to the ATM machine and withdraw the money. Any form you choose, it doesn't have to be consistent, it doesn't have to be always this way, as long as you keep track of that. It is your responsibility to keep track of your owner withdrawal, and it's your responsibility also to make sure you pay the self-employment tax, which you have to pay actually in a quarterly basis, as there's no employer to hold it for you and pay it, and you are not on payroll, so it's your responsibility to take care of that in a quarterly basis to avoid any penalty. And make sure on your books to code those transactions as owner withdrawal, just so you can keep track of that, and that is part of your income along with any income comes through your LLC. Make sure you keep track of all your business expenses, including home office deduction if you're working from home, to avoid any overpayment in taxes. Because as I said before, LLC is a pass-through entity. All income you make flows through your personal tax return, 1040, through Schedule C. So your tax professional will put all your income and expenses and Schedule C, and that will feed into your 1040. I know a lot of people have been doing is just having the sales as their income, and that is wrong. You will end up paying so much in taxes and you'll be in deficit if you do that, because your income really is your sales minus all the expenses that are necessary for you to run your business. Just make sure consult your tax professional and ask what do you need to keep track of, because some stuff, like if you don't keep track of, you cannot take a deduction. If you do and you get audited, then you will face a problem and you might lose a lot of deduction that you might otherwise be qualified for if there is no backup for it. At one point in your business, it might make more sense for you to elect to be taxed as an S Corp. A lot of people think like to be taxed as an S Corp, you have to be an S Corp, but this is not true. You can be an LLC and elect to be taxed as an S Corp, or you can be C Corp and elect to be taxed as an S Corp. And for that is really a great benefit if you file on time. You have only 2.5 months in the beginning of the year to elect to be taxed for that same year as an S Corp. If you file late, you might have to wait until the following year to be taxed as an S Corp. If you're an S Corp, the only way to get paid as an owner for your business is to be on payroll. If you're not on the payroll, you cannot pay yourself in any different way. You have to really run your payroll, withhold the Social Security, federal income tax. You have to file payroll, the quarterly payroll, and you have to file the annual payroll. Just treat yourself as an employee. And in order to make sure you are doing everything correctly, the salary you have to pay yourself must be reasonable. Must be reasonable and aligned with the thing you are doing for your business, and you must make sure it's consistent and you have a job description and all the paper necessary in place. This way actually you will save a lot of money in taxes, because when you pay yourself a salary, now you can deduct your salary as a business expense. That's why it may make sense to do that. But let's say you're not paying yourself a salary because you think you cannot afford it, then maybe you shouldn't be an S Corp in the first place, because in this case, if you're not paying yourself a salary, then you cannot take any withdrawal. You cannot take any profit from your S Corp. But if you are on the payroll and paying yourself, then now you can take profits. You can distribute profit for yourself. That is totally fine, but you have to be on the payroll. Now, last thing I wanted to tap on into is if you established a non-for-profit. A lot of people, they work for themselves as a volunteer. Some people, like, they think, okay, now I need to focus more. I would love to leave my job, but I cannot pay myself. But yes, you can if you have funding. Of course, like whether it's a grant funding or of course, like restricted funding, like have restriction, but you can always include your salary. But as a board member, you cannot pay yourself. However, you can pay yourself if you are an executive director or you are doing any service other than being a board member. You can pay yourself a salary. Whether you are an employee or independent contractor, that can be determined in so many cases, like whether the equipment you're using for work belongs to you or belongs to the organization. A lot of factors in that. I had a video with attorney Dania Shafi that we went through independent contractor and employees. So you can listen to that and see like where would you fit in terms of paying yourself. Having your own business can be extremely rewarding. However, if you are not sure how to pay yourself, if you do anything wrong, you might face a big tax liability. If you have any question, feel free to reach out. I'm going to put the link below to schedule a free consultation with me. Feel free to schedule a consultation and we can go through whatever you need for your business. If you're interested to learning more on how to manage your business or nonprofit finances, make sure to subscribe, and see you later.